how did you make it? For example, if somebody asks me, how did you become a business person, sharing with SMEs how to automate other people's businesses? How did you get that influence? Peter could say, oh, it's by the grace of God. In fact, God has been good to me. And that would be true. But that would not be completely true. That would be partially true. You do, and how you are going to share that with the world on August the 5th. Then
I work with SMEs to achieve efficiency, profitability, and speed. And we do that by deploying enterprise resource planning. World Bank, I saw a World Bank report that says 90% of SMEs in sub-Saharan Africa and the businesses that makes up the backbone of that region of Africa. So, and out of the 90%, only less than 20% actually understand how SME works. Or probably some of them have never heard about it. And taking back to my journey starting business.
What is an enterprise resource planning platform? Which do you deploy, and why do businesses need it?
Okay, enterprise resource planning is basically a digital platform that allows businesses to put all their core business functions and run it from one platform rather than having various applications doing different things in the business.
In 2026, we have a new tax regime coming up in Nigeria. Do you think that an ERP can aid businesses to align with this tax regime, make sure their reporting is accurate for the government?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I was on a call with one of my service managers about 2 days ago in UK, and basically they were just doing a research to find out how QuickBooks. I deploy QuickBooks. I also work with Odoo. They were trying to find out how my business is going and how the QuickBooks is being accepted from my end. I'm sure they've been around here for a while. So, and one of the questions we asked was around this particular question about the new tax regime coming up in 2026. Now, for QuickBooks, I would say, as soon as you're setting up QuickBooks, there is already a template that acknowledges Nigerian tax system. So we set up the system for you, putting that into consideration. In fact, they ask for your VAT, your TIN, your tax identification number. So with your tax identification number, it's automatically imputed into your own portion of the subscription that you buy. If I may say here, one of the article I read shortly before I started my first business in 2011 was that I think it was a research that was done in America, and looking at how principles plays, it's obviously cut across, because I see it happen every day. Is that for every 5 businesses that starts, within 1 year or thereabout, 4 is going to die.
So can we take a quick look at the agenda? So I mean, that's all we'll see today. I know that there's a lot going on there, but maybe the agenda. And when we say get paid, what are we looking at? How much are we looking at? Likely.
Just about 10 to 20% of commission can be paid to whoever brings an SME to us to deploy for them. And if I must mention also, we can deploy anywhere in the world. And any SME, we are not limited. The QuickBooks platform is remote. It works on the cloud system. So the SME can be anywhere, and we can be anywhere, and we deploy for the SME and do the training online also. So for anybody that's looking for a way to earn, it's also a platform to open up a platform for graduates that are trying to look for something to get engaged in. For business owners who wants to, not just them deploying the ERP, they also can give us network of their friends and other businesses who are within their network and who also want to see how that business also survives.
Emerging entrepreneurs who want to get into business without capital, and that's what we talk about on TSC, bootstrapping. Is there an opportunity that helps me get income, get into business without a huge chunk of money, with relationships, with hucksterism, that is just being able to apply myself and sell a product? So you are giving that opportunity to people to say, look, I have the product, just help me get a lead. If we close the deal, you get 10%, and that 10% amounts to up to 100,000 a month. So we are saying that this is another opportunity to basically bootstrap, to impact as many as possible. You can do it in Ghana, in Kenya, in Mozambique, in Tanzania, everywhere we are. We need an ERP. And Peter, let me confirm that you have direct relationship with QuickBooks. I remember you talked about talking to the producers in Ireland, correct?
A certified pro advisor consultant to QuickBooks.
Awesome. So this is not, we're not playing games here. This is the guy who is the point person with QuickBooks for Africa, for Nigeria, and this is who you want to connect with. So if you're not following Peter on LinkedIn, please do. If you're not following him on Facebook, please do get a relationship going. So I want you to think about that and make your move today. So thank you very much, Peter, for spending time with us today. Is there any other thing you want to share with us before we close out today?
Yes, I was going to say thank you once again, Kenneth. I went through the strategy section of the opening of TSC, and I'd listened to the Southwest strategy on how they came into the market and upturned the market. But this time I had to listen to it like up to about 4 times again. Let me say, this is what I need to say. I think that is calling my attention to go for an MBA in strategy.
If you go through the strategy club here, it's equivalent to an MBA. I can tell you that.
I could just imagine. It gave me a bigger picture of what you're doing. So I'm here. So we are not going anywhere.
Good one. And I like the fact that you mentioned that. I almost had forgotten to mention that. Look, the strategy course is the basic entry point for our platform. And why we chose the Southwest Airlines was because Southwest Airlines is a small player was a small player in a big market. Very small player, and that's what we are. And they chose that, look, I don't want to go frontal competition with this big airline. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put myself in a situation where they will just snuff me out.
Swallow me up. Yeah, right.
I want to identify an area that they are not yet concerned about.
Thinking about,
Point to point.
Plug myself there.
Plug yourself there. Point to point.
Yeah.
This helps us that you don't have to tell me, oh, Kenneth, I want to talk to you at an odd hour. It's like I've made available the time for everyone to come in and have a conversation.
Right.
And other people can contribute their own thinking from their own experience as well.
That's right. I appreciate it.
All right.
So
Thank
I'll
you so much.
my MBA strategy here.
Please do. Please do. Thank you so much. Really.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Elvis, for joining. Thank you, Esther, for joining. And see you next week.
Thank you for
see you on the
sure.
All right.
Yeah, bye for now.
Bye.